2B2 capital G here, checking out some awesome new boss monsters that just got revealed. This is going to be released in the OCG's legendary gold box. No idea when that's going to be released in the TCG, if at all, or I guess how Konami is going to give us these cards in the TCG. But these cards all focused around rival characters from the Yu-Gi-Oh anime series, and honestly, these cards are pretty damn awesome. Now, Konami revealed 6 cards, so I'll break it down, I think, in a couple of videos, 3 and 3, so the videos aren't too long. But let's just go ahead and jump into the first monster. This is Kaiba's new Deep of Blue Eyes. It's a level 8 light dragon monster because, of course, it supports Blue Eyes. 2500 attack, 2500 defense. You got 3 effects on this card. They're all hard once per turn, and they all require that a Blue Eyes White Dragon is either on your field or in your graveyard. So to activate any of these effects, you have to have a Blue Eyes like on your field or in your graveyard. First effect says, if this card is special summoned, you can add 1 ritual spell or polymerization from your deck to your hand. Second effect, during your end phase, you can add 1 level 8 or higher dragon monster from your deck to your hand. Third effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard. That's a cost. All level 8 or higher dragon monsters you control gain 1000 attack. So when I look at Deep of Blue Eyes, I kind of see a card with 3 decent effects. I don't think any of them are great. I don't think any of them are like game breaking or anything like that, but they definitely can be useful throughout the course of a duel, except maybe that first effect, because I still would probably say that the most competitive builds of Blue Eyes White Dragon right now are probably going to be Danger Guard Dragon builds, and they're really not looking to fusion or ritual summon. So the first effect could be completely useless in a lot of the best Blue Eyes builds. The second effect and the third effect, however, should always kind of be good, especially the second effect, because just during your end phase, getting a free search for a big dragon, that dragon can obviously be used for fodder, for like discards, or you can use it for, I don't know, like more damage during a follow-up turn. So that definitely seems kind of nice. I do like with that third effect, this card never actually has to hit the field for that third effect to be valuable. You can discard it for a danger, or, you know, trade in Twin Twisters, Melody of the Awakening Dragon, and then you can just banish it from the graveyard and give all your dragon monsters, you know, 1000 attack, which is kind of nice. I think the biggest issue with this card, and it kind of reminds me of the Dragon Spirit of White, is that there really isn't an easy way of summoning this card. The whole reason that Konami can never seem to top Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon is because they made that damn card so easy to summon, and that's why Blue Eyes players always run 3 of it. All the other Blue Eyes Dragon monsters, especially like the level 8, they're okay, but there just doesn't seem to be an easy way of summoning them, and this is just kind of another card that fits into that category. It kind of feels like the best way to summon this is maybe throwing it in the graveyard and trying to revive it from that, or maybe summoning it off like White Stone of Ancients. That seems kind of decent, because if you do, at least it'll be able to search during the end phase as well. This card kind of feels like more icing than actual cake. Like, I could see it being good discard fodder, never really needing to hit the field, and using the third effect as just a way of getting more damage, but this doesn't feel very necessary for Blue Eyes. It kind of just feels like a little bit of a cherry on top. Next up, we have a brand new form of Rainbow Dragon that is absolutely amazing, especially because it's a Crystal Beast monster and it's a Rainbow Dragon, both kind of in one. This is Rainbow Dragon, the Zenith Crystal Beast. It's a level 8 light dragon monster, 3000 attack, 0 defense, because the original Rainbow Dragon had 0 defense. Rainbow Dark Dragon had 0 defense as well. Your first and your third effects are both hard once per turn. Your first effect says, when an attack involving a Crystal Beast monster is declared, you can special summon this card from your hand. Second effect, if this face-up card is destroyed in the monster zone, you can place it face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell instead of sending it to the graveyard. Third effect, you can banish this card that is treated as a continuous spell. Special summon 1 level 4 or lower Crystal Beast monster from your deck, but its effects are negated. And if you do, add 1 ultimate crystal monster from your deck to your hand. Okay, so this new version of Rainbow Dragon is absolutely amazing and phenomenal in every single way. I'm just gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say that this power creeps basically all the other other Rainbow Dragon cards, I really don't see a reason to run them because this card it's absolutely insane. Number one, the fact that it's a Rainbow Dragon and a Crystal Beast monster is just absolutely insane because it counting as a Crystal Beast monster means it works with all the other cards in the archetype. Like you can just normal Sapphire Pegasus and put this in your back row, and then obviously its third effect is like instantly online. It also means that, you know, when you have the other cards like Rainbow Ruins, etc., cards that count your Crystal Beast monsters in your back row or that work with Crystal Beast cards in your back row, this card is now going to count for that. It also special summons itself incredibly easily, and I like that you can just attack your opponent directly. You can have Sapphire Pegasus attack your opponent directly, then summon this 3000 beat stick from your hand. You get a replay obviously, and then you can attack them with both monsters. Another thing that I like is it not only summons a monster from your deck, a Crystal Beast monster, but that monster can be in attack position. Now the monster's effect will not activate because, let's be real, that just would have been busted with something like Ruby Carbuncle, but you can still attack with that monster. You can use it for an Exceed or a Link Summon, etc., I also am just going to assume that this is going to count as an ultimate crystal monster itself because I think that the original Rainbow Dragon, Rainbow Dart Dragon, and then the Rainbow Dragon Fusion monster, those are all considered ultimate crystal monsters. I think the only form of Rainbow Dragon that isn't considered an ultimate crystal monster is Malefic Rainbow Dragon, unless I'm mistaken. So if this counts as an ultimate crystal monster, then it's arguably just busted because if you have it in your back row, you can just banish it, right? Just summon any Crystal Beast monster from your deck, then you'll be able to add another copy of this monster, and when you attack with the monster you just summoned from your deck, you can summon this monster in the process and just again have 3000 more damage on field basically for free. So this card has massive synergy within its archetype. It gives the deck a little more muscle, and I really don't think there's any negatives with this card. It's so good that it makes all the other Rainbow Dragons just kind of irrelevant. Unless you want to play cards like Rainbow Dart Dragon just because of the artwork, I really don't think there's a reason to play any of the other Rainbow Dragons, except maybe the Fusion monster because, you know, it's not a main deck monster, but this card's amazing. Really no negatives with it. Next up is Jack Atlas's crazy new Synchro monster. This is Red Supernova Dragon. It's a level 12 because of course it is. Red Nova Dragon was already a level 12, so it's not like Konami can really go down. They have to like make it 12. It's a Dart Dragon Synchro monster, 4000 attack and 3000 defense. Now the materials on this thing are just crazy. I have never seen anything like this, not ever. The materials are 3 tuners plus 1 non-synchro monster. Okay, I don't know how you're going to do that, but I'm sure someone will figure it out. It says that it must first be special summoned. And then you have 4 effects on this bad boy. Your first effect is gains 500 attack for each tuner in your graveyard. Second effect cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Third effect, once per turn when an opponent's monster effect is activated or during an opponent's monster's attack declaration, this is a quick effect, you can banish this card and all cards your opponent controls. Fourth effect, if this card was banished by its third effect during your next end phase, special summon this banished card. Okay, so this card is pretty damn crazy when you actually look at the effects. Number one, the first effect, well, it's pretty similar to something like Red Nova Dragon. It is going to bring this card out assuming that all your tuners that you put into summoning this thing went to the graveyard. There were no Macrocosmos or Dark Law shenanigans going on. This card should hit the field at a base attack of at least, I don't know, what, 5,500, which is kind of crazy. The second effect makes it immune to, just pure destruction, which is kind of nice. You wouldn't want a level 12 Synchro monster that doesn't have some level of protection. I don't think it would really be worth it in that case. I think your third effect is really what makes this card kind of nutty. It's the fact that it can negate any monster effect your opponent throws at you, or if your opponent just tries to attack, you can just stop their attack, banish this card, and then you also get to banish their entire field. And obviously banishing your opponent's entire field can be devastating. We already have cards like Topologic Zerovoros that do that, but this card is more or less like a double whammy. Not only does it banish your opponent's entire field, but it also takes away one of their key monster effects. In addition to that, you actually get to keep your field, which is just lovely. If you've got spells spells and traps on the field that you want to keep for the remainder of the turn. You've got other monsters on the field. You don't lose any of them. I think the main question we all have with this card is how the hell do I summon this thing consistently? I mean, we've gotten to the point in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where summoning these big level 12 Synchro Excel monsters for like Blazar, Quasar Dragon, some of the TGs, really not all that difficult. But when you're talking about needing 3 tuners for the summon of a Synchro monster, that is very difficult. I mean, that's unheard of. We've never had a monster with this type of summoning requirements, and I'm not exactly sure how easy that is going to be. So if you can pull it off, more power to you. This card is probably worth it, but the main question is how easily is it going to be to drop this card consistently? Anyways, whatever you guys think of these monsters, leave it in the comment section below. Of course, as I said earlier, I will cover the other monsters in another video. You guys will just have to wait for that. But thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.